What aspect of your paddle game is dragging you down? For me, it's the Vibora, and that's why today I've got a one-on-one lesson to practice just that. So come with me, Jaydn, or ×2 paddle. We can head to the club, and hopefully I can pick up on some tips and tricks that you guys can take away as well. So let's go. So here we are at Lane Chiswick. I'm with Coach Dima today, one of the main coaches here. He's Uzbekistani, and he's come over here to London a few years ago, formerly a semi-professional tennis player, but now he's a full-time paddle coach, and he's here to coach me the Vibora and the backhand volley today. First up was the Vibora, and Dima wanted to focus on 3 cue points for this technique. The first was preparation and making sure my racket was behind my head and my arm was up high. Second of all was the point of contact and making sure we were contacting it in front of us and as high as possible. Finally, it was the follow through and making sure the racket went through to my waist and it was horizontal as well. And so with that in mind, Dima fed me a basket of balls, and all I was to do is to focus on those 3 things. He kept repeating it to me: the preparation, the point of contact, and the follow through. And now, having gone through a basket of balls, the next step was to put this into practice. So Dima was feeding me some Viboras, and then he was going to defend them and return with a volley. And so I would be going Vibora volley, and the intent was to get the Viboras into the corner with the following volley to hit the tee. Now, of course, Dima can't help but to make this session competitive to some degree, and he wanted to get something out of it too, of course. So we basically played a 1st to 10 cross-court 1v1. Dima was defending, I was attacking, but whilst we were still trying to win this mini-match here, the intent was still for me to focus on those 3 cues with my Viboras, and if I focus on those cues, the result will be successful. So let's see here if I can win a point or 2 over Coach Dima. Now, it doesn't take long here in a private lesson setting for fatigue to set in, and I can see truly how fit or unfit I am. So at this point, we pivoted the strategy of this Vibora session to let's just get a 20-shot rally. So just focus on keeping the ball in, putting the ball in the right spot and those cues, focusing less on power and just getting more reps in. Now onto the backhand volley. After Dima had assessed my technique on the backhand volley, the main thing we were going to focus on today was the direction of my torso. And contrary to what my beliefs of the shot was, if I wanted to hit a backhand shot onto the left side of the screen and to hit the cage, I needed to move my torso to the right side of the screen, which didn't feel very natural at first. But one thing I ended up learning was if I was to actually move my head and look over to the right-hand side of the cage per this screen, it would force me to move my torso in that direction, and it helps prepare yourself for that shot so much better. So basically we quickly went through a basket of balls there, and we moved on to the final 10 minutes of the hour or so, and it was basically trying to put this all together. He just fed me a basket of balls, went from Vibora to backhand volley, one after the other, focusing on the things we learnt. And that was basically the session. That's how things wrapped up. So that'll be all from me today. My name is Jaydn, or Times 2 Paddle, and I'll see you in the next one.